Welcome to What's the Deal with Sam? Starring Sam Lilly. Join Sam as he discusses a wide variety of topics.
Bangman.
Now let's start the show.
Thank you. What's the deal with video games holding your fucking hand? I mean, okay, I kind of get where they're coming from, because back in the day, games were a little more unrefined. Some games were pretty good, but there were games that were kind of confusing. Either there were games that were really hard, there were some games that it was really hard to do things because it was very specific what you needed to do. Some of them just had a lot of randomness in them. But one of the worst cases was when games were too cryptic and they were just so confusing, like you couldn't figure shit out. Like, prime example, you ever played Castlevania 2 or heard about it? Yeah, well, in Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, there's a part where you need to have a red crystal equipped, and you need to go up to this one dead-end wall, and you need to kneel there for a weird amount of seconds, an unnatural amount of seconds, in order for a tornado to come, pick you up, and bring you on to the next part of the game, something you have to do, it is necessary in order to complete the game. And no one in the game tells you how to fucking do that. There's NPCs walking around. A lot of them, they could have just thrown a hint in there. There's hint books in the dungeons. Maybe throw a line in there about that one. But they didn't do it. And this is the kind of shit that really, sucked. Because back in the day, it was like, well, and this is even kind of before my time too, but back in the day it was like either you got super lucky with guessing what to do, you heard it from a friend what to do, or most likely you probably got some kind of book or magazine like Nintendo Power and just saw what they, the solution was in there, and that was how you did it. And it didn't feel good, didn't feel like you accomplished anything, it just meant you could keep playing your fucking game. And that's poor design. But to kind of try to stray away from that, now games have gone way too far in the opposite direction, where a lot of games are telling you how to do every little fucking thing, and they're constantly reminding you how to do it, and they always have some little menu thing like, oh, did you forget to do it? Turn the tips on, it will remind you, and they're pointing you out where to go next constantly, so you're always being told what to do, where to go, and you don't really have any freedoms. It's just a straight linear thing. It turns into a gigantic game of fucking Simon Says. And I don't know why newer games have to do that. I understand they don't want people to get, confused and frustrated and go play one of the million other games that are out there now, because there's a lot of games nowadays. But still, I don't think that really excuses it. I mean, come on, everything is internet now. There's internet fucking everywhere. Your computer has internet, your phone has internet, your toaster has internet, and even your game console itself has internet on it. So a lot of things you can just look it up right there, and it's not like you have to go off and it's a task or a chore to go do that. If I get stuck, I'm probably going to want to look that up anyway if I'm that stuck, and there's probably going to be something online for that for me to look up. So why do I have to have my hand held so hard in an age where it's so easy to look up what to do? It should be, just common sense to just not have that in there. It maybe have something that can give you a tip if you ask for it, I guess. That's fine. But I don't think that a game should have to constantly be telling you where to go and what to do. It's just insane. And there are some games that, have some backlash against that, where they'll be very tough and confusing and they won't tell you what the fuck to do. Or have modes like that, where it's very much bare bones and figure it out, and that's fine. I just don't understand why so many games are holding your hand this hard when it's so easy for you to just figure out what to do, either by playing the game, which you should have this option, or, by looking it up. I don't think you should just be forced to be told what to do is the thing. So, what's the deal with games now holding your hand so fucking hard? It's like, God damn it.
What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam?